It's a new year. It is January 2nd, 2026. Who knew we would make it this long, right, guys? That wasn't funny? No? Okay. Yeah. Why isn't this being filmed on New Year's Eve? You're probably wondering. Oh, you're not wondering. Oh! No, yeah, that's fine. So, let's try that again. You're probably wondering why this isn't being made on New Year's Eve. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I actually don't have an answer for you. I just didn't do it, to be honest with you. But we're doing it now. And it's better that we do it now anyway, because today is Friday. And I can do anything I want and stay up as late for this reset without it interfering with the plans of tomorrow. So, here we are on January 2nd, getting ready for the new year. So, the schedule for this video is we're going to do actually our 2025 reflection, as always. We are going to plan out the new year. We are going to make our vision board. We are going to clean up our space, take our everything shower, and then go to bed. So, that is the itinerary for this video. So let's start with the 2025 reflection. First, let's look through my 2025 goals that I made. Start working out and stretching. I did that. Learn a new language. I started. I can sort of speak French and American Sign Language, but I'm not fluent. But I do have a good, and I can understand French, whether it's written or spoken. I just can't speak it that well myself. And then ASL, I can understand majority of the mannerisms and hold a basic introductory conversation in sign language, just not completely fluent. Reach at least a few million on the Paranoid socials. I checked that one off because even though I didn't hit like a million followers, subscribers, whatever, I reached a couple of peaks. I had a video on my TikTok go really popular. Then on this channel, I had a video that peaked a lot of views. That one, the famous video for me, and I felt like that was a little accomplishment in my own. And then I reached over 100 subscribers on YouTube at the end of the year, and I reached that in a really short amount of time. I went from 20 something subscribers to 100 in like a month, and I think for me personally that is a win in my heart. So I checked that one off anyway. Get a normal sleep schedule. Finish my books and publish it. So this is the perfect time to announce it. Soulbound, I just finished the first draft of Soulbound. I finished it before I ended the year, and that was my goal. I modified my goal a little bit so that I finished Soulbound by the end of the year, the first draft. And I did that. I finished the first draft of Soulbound. I am ecstatic, actually, to start this new phase. Now I get to put my thing on social media. I get to start marketing the book and getting people prepared because it's coming. I am so excited for Soulbound. I am so happy that I finished the first draft and that I can start revising and editing. I am going to self-publish this book, and I am not going to hire an editor, so I have to just be really particular and get a lot of people to proofread. So if anyone wants to do that for free, email me, please. I will link my email in the description because I'm honestly kind of not joking about that. So if anyone wants to proofread and give me some suggestions, then I will link my email in the description so that you can email me, so that we can proofread and edit together. But I am so happy that I finished the first draft of Soulbound. You guys, that will be coming soon. I'm so happy. Anyway, library page. Anyway, maintain a good 90s to 100s grades all year. I did that. I actually ended the year off with a weighted GPO. Open back up the schools. I ended the year with a weighted GPA of 4.75, I think, and then a non-weighted GPA of 3.93. So I am really proud of myself for that. I'm so smart, guys. Start driving. I did that. I have my permit, and you will never, ever see what that permit looks like. Ever. That permit. You'll never see it. Start making money. Well, I did start working. So I'm counting it as I did technically complete the goal. I checked it off with a black check mark instead of a purple check mark. So allegedly I made money sometime early in the year. I just don't remember what money I made. Here's to a prosperous 2026. Take more self-care days. I did do that. Post consistently. I'm actually really proud of myself that I did that. My first test, I guess, would be with Vlogmas, and I would say that I did post pretty consistently for Vlogmas, even though it's a post a day. I did a post a day for 2 weeks, and then life got really busy, so I vlogged weekly, and I posted at the end of the week, and I'm going to pat myself on the back for that as well, because I've never done that, and you guys know how much I struggle with posting just once a week. So for me to actually go from that to consistently posting as much as I could in a month, I think I did pretty good with that one. So I am going to give myself some flowers for that. Eat more healthy. Unfortunately, I did do that. Plan my life out. I guess I was a mess in 2024, but I did plan out my life a lot. Read my Bible every day. I actually did do this pretty well. My goal, I had modified it to where I read a chapter every day, and so I was doing that for a good while, but I kind of slowed down to reading just a minuscule amount every day, but I'm still reading the Bible. I'm still going strong with that. Then, no picking at my acne. Let's move that over to 2026. Let's just do that. Keep my space clean. I have done that. My space is very clean. It's just gonna need a little bit of tidying it up today, but it is actually quite clean, if I do say so myself. Then drink 2 bottles of water a day. I drink 1. 1 bottle of water a day is a start. Baby steps is still movement, guys. Be more courageous. I did do that. I have come to regret doing it, but it has been done. Yeah. I am proud of myself for being more courageous in some senses, and then I want to punch myself in the face over and over again for the last bit of courage that I pumped out quite recently. Be more grateful. I did do that. I have learned gratitude. I feel it all the time now, I say unfortunately, but I'm just kidding. I am very grateful for a lot of things, and I feel gratitude like 24/7. It's like never ending. In the Trolls movie, at the end where Branch is like, I can't stop smiling, this kind of hurts now. That's how I feel with gratitude. Like, I cannot stop being grateful. I everywhere around me, I am just grateful for something. Thanksgiving is about to be my favorite holiday. And then maintain relationships that benefit me. Yeah, I did that. Any relationship that didn't benefit me has been clipped. Effective immediately. If you have wondered why there is an absence of population in some of my vlogs, that is why. We're going to look through my camera roll. That's what I did at the end of the school year in my summer vlog, if you guys remember. And I actually like that concept quite a bit, because then I don't have to read. So, we're going to go to my gallery and we're going to scroll all the way. Flashbang! I started off January with 100 subscribers on the Paranoid Official. So I started the year off with exactly 100, and with exactly 100 followers and 2,000 likes to my name, and I ended off the year with 246 followers and 84.8 thousand likes to my name. My computer, I got a new computer. I remember that. This computer My first ever personal laptop. Well, that was a time. The hyperpigmentation trend. I almost forgot about that, but no, my camera roll will never let me forget. TikTok got banned. I almost forgot that TikTok got banned this year. TikTok got banned, and then TikTok got unbanned the next day. I started doing ballet in January. I forgot about that. In February, I started with 123 followers, 4,000 likes. I increased in the next day to 130 followers and 10.7k likes. I have a feeling that's when I made that video. I designed my first dress online. So, yippee for that. March 7th, I was student of the month at my school. So, March, I was student of the month. I joined a teenage journalism magazine called Teenaged. There was that huge endeavor that happened at the end of our history project in March. Then I had UAL district, I'm pretty sure. And that was my first overnight trip that I took for UAL. I went to Canes for the first time on April 16th, and I did not like it at all. On the day of like Easter Mass, when we had our Easter vigil, my family thought it'd be fun. We went to this old like plantation, and we got to go into this place where they had like an original painting of the Last Supper. It is so pretty in real life. It took up, well, as you saw in the picture, it took up like the entire wall. It was the coolest thing ever. I do need to explain. The classes I started in January were not the pre-professional program. I didn't start the pre-professional program until August. So these were recreational ballet classes. Then I got Spotify on my TV. But my TV does not work, so I can't listen to Spotify on my TV anymore. So devastated. Our school had like a huge tornado drill, and we couldn't evacuate. So that was great. My first ever ballet showcase, and in the show, I had lash clusters instead of fake lashes. And so one of the clusters had gotten into my eye, and I didn't get it out in time before we were on stage. So it was in my eye when I was on stage, and so half of my pictures I'm like, or I wasn't smiling, I'm like, I went to Dallas at the beginning of summer. We went to a fun little resort, and it was the coolest thing ever. I had a burger there, and it was not a burger because I don't like burgers. It was a spicy chicken sandwich, and it was the best chicken sandwich I had ever had in my life. I wish I got to savor it a little bit more because I love Chick-fil-A, but this sandwich was like next level. I got something bans. I think I got age restricted on my main account, and I could not. I'm still age restricted actually. So when I got my license this year, I went to a ballet intensive over the summer. So it was a level 1 and level 2 intensive because I took the class thinking it was like an in-between from recreational to go into the program. I didn't think it was like a summer camp for those already in the program, but I took it anyway. I got my first luxury Prague, and it was this beautiful purse. It is my pride and joy, actually. So yay, my first big girl purchase, even though I didn't purchase it. Then I went to Vegas. Yeah, I forgot about that. I went to Vegas in the summer as well. I was trying to show you guys the cup, but my phone just doesn't want you to see. Our hotel room had the worst view known to man, and I took this lovely picture. It's actually my favorite picture ever. So yeah, then I went to the Hello Kitty cafe too, but I was kind of underwhelmed because it was like portable, so it wasn't like an actual like cafe. It was like a food truck, which was kind of underwhelming, but it's okay. The drink that I got was so good. I got like a strawberry like lychee kind of ordeal. It was so good. Then I tried to make pancakes on my own. My mom makes the best pancakes. They are, so, you know a crepe? where it's like filled with chocolate, all of that. My mom makes crepes, but we just call them pancakes. They're probably just called pancakes, and the crepe is when you roll it up. But my mom makes like crepe thin pancakes, and they are the most delicious thing ever. I eat them so often. They are so good. So one day my mom was like, no, I don't want to make them, you make them. And I was like, okay, bet, I will make them. And second big girl purchase, I got a Kendra Scott ballet necklace at the beginning of the ballet school year, and I was very happy. Then we did some volunteering. My brother and my dad and I did some volunteering at our church with food trucks, and that's when this beautiful candid picture was taken. Because me and my brother were trying to like take bad pictures of each other, so we were running around taking bad pictures because it was like a trend that was going around. So I was like, oh, let me trick my brother into doing this with me, and I ended up taking some really good pictures. I ran for student council secretary, and I got the role. Yay! I started the pre-professional program in level 2 of ballet. That was really fun. Then in September I got professional headshots taken for acting. Then I went to Anna's birthday, her sweet 16, and that is where I took the iconic picture that I use every time I describe Anna. It's a really pretty candid picture. Found it! This beautiful picture of Annalie. And then Halloween. I was the one slur this year for Halloween. So yeah, nothing will ever top that. Just kidding. But then, of course, just to my luck, the same time that I was like, so I decided I wanted to be the one slur at the beginning of the year. That was like my plan the entire year, that I was going to be the one slur for Halloween. And then right the week before Halloween, everybody started hating Lorax costumes. I was like, bro, there's no way. There's no way. I was like, guys, you couldn't have waited until next year to hate the Lorax? Like, everybody started hating. Like, that was when the whole popular girl, like, pretty girl humor thing started coming into fruition. And so everybody hated the Lorax and thought the Lorax was cringe and corny and annoying. And I was like, well, I don't care. I'm still being the one slur. Try to check me, you won't. And yeah, so that was just lovely. I got into the theater production at my local theater called White Christmas. It was actually the highlight of my year. This is the first time that my parents have let me hang out with my friends that isn't for my birthday, or that isn't for a birthday. I got to watch Wicked Part 2 with my friends, and I had so much fun. Then we have my Spotify Wrapped. My entire Spotify Wrapped last year was Epic the Musical. All of my favorite artists were creators of Epic the Musical, and my top artist was the creator, Mr. Jorge Rivera Herranz. He was my number one artist. Then the beautiful lady that plays Penelope was the artist that gave me her little special video at the end of the year. My top album was the Epic the Musical album. My top songs were all from Epic the Musical. My most replayed song, allegedly, was God Games. That is a lie. We won't delve into it. I'm I love Epic. I'm an Epic connoisseur, but I stopped like being a hardcore Epic fan quite early into the year, actually. So I actually didn't listen to as much Epic. I didn't listen to enough Epic for it to be my entire Spotify Wrapped. Nutcracker, we started doing shows, which was amazing, so fun. And then finished Nutcracker and continued doing my White Theater production. I feel so bad because I had to skip out on a lot of the shows for White Christmas because I had Nutcracker shows on the same day. So I picked Nutcracker. FNAF 2 came out, and I dressed up as Mangle to go to the theater. Because, yes, I love dressing up to go to movies, especially when it's movies like those. So I wore pink to the Wicked 2 movie, and I dressed up as Mangle to go to FNAF 2, and I dressed up as Foxy to go to FNAF 1. And then it's the last day of school of the year. It is Chloe and Brayden's last day at school. The last show of theater that I was at, where this picture was taken, that I actually love. This is another favorite picture, ironically enough. We had our cast party and theater ended, and that was really devastated. And then I finally got my hair done. And then Christmas occurred. My hair was not done. My hair didn't get done until December 27th, and I started doing it on December 23rd. That is it. That is the end of the year. So, all in all, I had a really fun year. Oh yeah, I had a friendship breakup. Almost forgot about that. I had a really fun year. I had a lot of ups and one down, and I guess the friendship breakup was the down, but I mean, we ball, so ain't a down no more. I put myself out there in terms of acting because I do want to be an actor. As my main career, I want to be an actor. Then I want to own a lot of businesses and then also be a fashion designer. My main thing is that I want to be Barbie and essentially have 100 careers that I've had throughout the span of my life. So that is what I'm working towards, but my passion career is being an actor, and I have always loved acting. So this is the first year that I actually got to pursue acting to like a bigger degree, and I actually got to experiment more with what exactly that means if I were to be an actor. And I was in theater, and I will continue to be in theater. I took acting classes. I got professional headshots for acting. So that was when I started taking acting, like being an actor, more seriously, and I am so happy that I got to do that. I joined the pre-professional program in ballet, and I had so much fun at Nutcracker. I'm so excited for Alice in Wonderland this year because rehearsals were so fun. Waiting in the dressing rooms before performances was amazing. The moms were so nice. I felt like so tight-knit, and I love my ballet fam as well. And then I love my White Christmas family to the moon and back, actually. I don't want to put it, because it was my first one, so I'm like thinking that obviously I'm going to say that that was the best, but I really don't think there will be a cast, like theater-wise at least, that tops this cast. I love the theater cast with my whole heart. The theater. I love the White Christmas cast with my whole heart. White Christmas was an amazing first. This was like for a first theater production for me to be in. I think this was the best first one. And my parents watched it and they loved it. They think that we all need to go on Broadway effective immediately. So that was great. So I had an amazing year. 2025 was my year, so just kidding. If I'm going to be completely honest, I think 2024 was, I'm not going to say because I'm not like dead, obviously, so there's more years to come, but out of all of the years so far, I think 2024 first was the year that I started my self-development journey. But I do think it was the best my year of all of my years that I've had. 2024 was was a really good, 2024 will be my year. That was a really good my year. I genuinely felt like 2024 was my year. I actually do not have like a set list of like goals that I completely want, just completely like in total for the year. But I do have some specific, like some super specific goals that are like kind of like not just generic, oh, I want to be like this at the end of the year. These are like some goals that I like, little things that I specifically want to accomplish this year. Number one, I want to get all 3 of my splits. I want to get my front splits on my right leg, my front splits on my left leg, and my middle splits. And I think I'll be able to do that, actually. So, and then tune in for how I'm going to do that next week, because That's coming out. Then I want to read a book per month. The book that I'm reading this month is the book that my dad got me for Christmas. Then the book I'm reading next month is Iron Flame. I'm gonna finally finish that book, and then we're gonna actually starting books at the beginning of the year. We're gonna actually start starting books in March. Then wake up latest 8 a.m. I woke up at 8 a.m. today. Ironically, took a huge nap though, but I woke up at 8 a.m. today. Then stop doom scrolling. Yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I did a little doom scroll today, but that's because I was like really upset. So I say really upset. I was semi-upset and really tired and lazy. So I just doom scrolled a little bit. But then my next goal is to crochet and build on my fashion brand more. And I did do that. I am crocheting right now. Actually, I'm crocheting using the last of my white yarn to make a little like shrug cover up kind of situation. And then I've been designing in my beautiful, lovely sketchbook. So I've got quite the concepts in there. Then go on a flight somewhere. So far, the plan is to go to Los Angeles over the summer. We'll see what happens with that. Read the Bible every morning. We will start that tomorrow. But I am going to read the Bible today because I just got into that habit of reading the Bible. But reading it every morning, we will start tomorrow. Then don't give negatives the time of day. So that's why instead of like wallowing in self-pity and doom scrolling, I ended up forcing myself to take a nap to like reset my brain. So like, you know, when you have your phone and your phone's bugging, so you power it all the way off. That's what I did. Essentially, I was feeling in the dumps and I was like, oh, I'm so mad. I was really annoyed with myself and I felt really like dumb. So I was like, no, we're not doing this. So I just forced myself to take a nap, and I am bawling actually. Then have a big Sweet 16. I want to have a huge Sweet 16 party. I have it all planned out in my cranium. Everything. I wanted to take up my entire birthday weekend, even though it's during school. I couldn't care less. I wanted to take up the entire school weekend. I want to have a sleepover on Friday. I want to have a big party on Saturday, and I want to have a birthday mass on Sunday. I want it big. I want it all. And I have it planned out, and if I don't have it this year, then I will just kidding. I will survive, but I have like a star. That is the only goal that I have a star under. That is the only role. That is the only goal that I have a star next to for this year. That is the only goal that I actually like really, really, really want to accomplish this year. Then I want to have more success affirmations. I want to say more success affirmations. And I made this goal probably when I was feeling in the dumps because I don't know why, but starting this year I felt like in a little bit of a rut, and I don't know, I don't like that at all. So I probably made that goal to be like, okay, well, we have no time. Quite literally, we have no time, no space, no reason for us to be feeling this way, especially on the new year. I have never felt in a rut on the new year, so that was also kind of like saddening. I was like, dang, like I feel like existential dread for the year, and I should not feel like that ever. I should be really happy to start the new year. So more success affirmations so that I don't feel like dread for this year. I have to kick all of that out of my head. Affirmations, do not let anybody lie to you. They work so well. Like when I first started my self-development journey, I felt like I was the ugliest person in the world, and every single day in the mirror, in the morning and at night, when I woke up immediately and before I went to bed, or any time that I would go into a bathroom and there would be a mirror, I would stop, and for the next like 10 minutes I would call myself pretty. I would say I'm beautiful. I'd say I'm the prettiest person on earth. I would give myself so many beauty affirmations all of the time, 24/7. And I kid you not, like in a month, I did not think I was ugly in the slightest. I thought I was one of the prettiest people I ever laid my eyes on. And now every time I get into a mirror, I stop myself. I'm like, wow, he's so gorgeous. Like, Now I feel so pretty all of the time. There is not a moment where I actually feel ugly. If I want to feel ugly, I have to physically force myself to feel ugly. Prayer and affirmations. The key. Then my final goal was to get a non-weighted GPA of 4. The highest GPA you can get non-weighted is a 4.0. I want a 4.0 GPA. I'm at 3.93. It should be pretty easy to just get a 0.1 a point, you know, or 0.07 a point, you know. I don't think it'll be that hard. Weighted, I'm at almost a 5.0 because a 5.0 is the max you can get weighted. I'm at a 4.75 if I remember correctly. Non-weighted, I'm at a 3.93. So I truly think that I will be able to have a 4.0 non-weighted GPA at least by the end of the year. Now, without further ado, let's make our vision board! As you guys saw, I finished the vision board. I'm really happy with it. I love it. It's great. It is my new pride and joy. Every year, I love my vision board. This vision board is so tea. I love it so much. It's so perfect. I was looking past on my old vision boards, and I think why 2024 was such a good year for me is because I had so many. I had a different vision board for each month. So there was a different vibe to each month and a different tone that I set for each month, and I really liked that about 2024 because that meant I had like a specific strategic plan for each month, which explains, I guess, why my 2024 vision board had over 1,000 pinned, you know, saves to it in Pinterest, because it was so well thought out, honestly. Like, I give props to 14-year-old me, or I guess 13-year-old me, because I was 13 when I made the boards up until August. So I conquered with those. But I think for this year, I'm not 13 anymore. It's been only 2 years. I'm not that old. But I do not have the time anymore to make a vision board every month, and as much as it was par back then, I think now my one vision board for the year is really good. I really like the one that I have, obviously. I'm so pleased with it. I love it. It's perfect. But we are done with it. So that is it for the planning phase of 2026. I feel much more serene. Much more serene. I think that now that I've collected a little bit more of my thoughts, I am much more relaxed and much more chill. If you saw something sneaking into my 2026 vision board, I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing snuck in. And no, editor me will not be giving any hints for this one, because no. If you saw something that you feel like shouldn't be there based off of what I have just spieled about, you didn't see it. It's not even there. It's literally not even there. And yeah, if you watch next week's video before this video, then you'll understand a little bit more about what I'm talking about. Just keep your mouth. We are now going to tidy up my room. I am exhausted. It is 10:11 and I'm ready to go to bed, which is how you know that the year is already starting off strong, because I am exhausted at 10 p.m. even though I went to bed average 6 a.m. every single day, especially towards the end of the year. Last year, all-nighters all the time, and it was fine. I was chilling. for the most part. But now, yeah, I'm exhausted. It's great. I just want to go to bed now. I just want to sleep now. I want to sleep so much. I want to sleep. But we are not done yet. We're not done. We have to clean. So my room is not a problem. It is just my laundry that I have to do. So I'm actually going to do that off camera because, you know, it's my laundry. So I'm going to do my laundry. And then you'll come back and you'll see me fold up all of my laundry and put all of that away. What I need to tackle is cleaning the bathroom. The bathroom is not dirty. It's just got a lot of muck in there that shouldn't be there. In my bathroom, the way it's structured, as you guys know, we have, moving the camera, we have, without giving too much of the dirt away, we have my actual bathroom where the bathtub and the toilet are. Then we have our beautiful vanity area where our toothpaste, toothbrush, skincare, jewelry, all of that is here. And then you pass the middle and you go into my brother's vanity area, and then you keep walking and you're in his room. We're going to tidy up my vanity, take all of these tissues and go throw those away, and then sort out some stuff, probably clean out, and then I'll tidy up in there afterwards. Without further ado, cleaning. Oh, you're still going. You're still going. We have some positivity, we have theater, acting in here. Gonna move past that. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, we're gonna just, is there any way to remove things from your board?